My husband and I have lived separately for the last year and a half due to his addictions and anger issues. And I'm wondering if our marriage is even salvageable at this point.
I'm so sorry. Is he sober?
He's trying to be sober.
Is he sober?
I don't think so.
Okay. Which tells me you're still not safe, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's his what is he using to help him get through a day?
It's a combination of porn, nicotine, and marijuana.
Okay. Tell me who he becomes. What's your experience of him when he's using?
It's just a completely different person. And when he's not using, that's where the anger comes out.
Yeah. What's happened in his life that you may or may not know, but what's happened in his life that he just cannot rest in his own skin?
I'm not entirely sure. I know that he grew up kind of in a very fear-based, controlling parental situation. He's still very enmeshed with his mom and dad. We lived with them for 3 years before I moved out with our kids because of what's going on.
Wow. Is he still living there?
He is, and I've asked him to try to get his own living situation just so he can figure out what it means to be a self-sufficient adult and figure out what he wants and who he is. And he tells me they're his safety net, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah. Because when y'all got married, y'all became each other's safety net.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. How long were y'all married? 3 years, you said?
8 years.
8
We
years.
lived with his parents for 3 years.
After 5 years, why'd you move in with his parents?
We had our second kiddo, and the plan was for me to stay home, so I quit my job, and we moved in with them to save for a house, and it didn't happen.
Okay. I mean, you tell me. Yes, I think marriages are salvageable if somebody has had a history with addiction and puts in the work. I absolutely 100% think that things are salvageable. Not only are they salvageable, they can be amazing. But people have to do the work. And you've already nailed it on the head. He's got to get out of his parents' house, and he's got to get his own 2 feet underneath him. And he has to learn how to take care of himself before he can in any way feel up to the task and or capable of the task of taking care of a family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. How many kids do you have?
2,
How old are they?
4, and 6.
How have they lived through this whole mess?
My son's learning the anger, and my daughter's teachers don't even know their dad's name.
Your son is experiencing the anger because he is absorbing all of this tension everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And little boys often express it and girls eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably experiencing it too. She may be experiencing it through people pleasing or just being quiet or just trying to stay in a shadow, but she's experiencing it too.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to do?
I've been wanting to fight for a marriage, and I feel like I have been fighting for the last year and a half, begging him to go to counseling for himself, to get out of that house and be his own person.
Did you function as a maternal figure for him? Were you his mom when y'all were married too?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Did you make sure he was where he needed to be and make sure he had brushed his teeth and make sure the dishes were done and make sure the kids were, was that your job too on top of working?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he just doesn't want to live a life without a mommy there. And unfortunately, he's got one at home ready to take him back.
Mm-hmm.
And he can smoke weed and watch porn and just not engage in his life. Well, you're trying to raise these two little kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Those kids deserve more than that, and you do too. So I would say this isn't about addiction. This is about a kid struggling with some pretty significant demons that is just choosing to say, I'd rather stay here in my mommy's house and my daddy's house than go take the responsibilities of being a husband and being a dad that I signed up for.
Mm-hmm. He constantly tells me, like, well, I'll move in today because, I got myself an apartment. I've got a full-time job, PTSA mom, doing all the things, extracurriculars. And he's like, I'll move in today if you'd let me.
Of course he would. And he'd expect you to do his laundry.
And he says he wants to lead the family. And I don't know at any point in time when he's done that.
Yeah. I want $100 billion. I'm not really working towards that. Have you, I realize what I'm about to say is putting yet another responsibility on you that you don't deserve. Okay. Can we just agree this is lame that I'm doing this?
Okay.
Okay. Like, I want everyone listening to know this is not on you, yet here we are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you given him a path a path back? And here's what I would mean. Here's the deal. For 3 years, you have not lived up to the role and responsibility of being my husband or being the parent, the father of these kids. You're struggling with all kinds of addiction, from pornography to smoking weed all the time. You're opting out of our life. So here's what a path back would look like. Number 1, you go to a counselor. Number 2, you get 2 jobs. Number 3, you have your own apartment for 6 months. Number 4, you get an exercise schedule. I'm making stuff up right now.
Mm-hmm.
You accomplish these things, and I will wait for 6 more months before I terminate this marriage. But basically, this isn't your job, because he's like, I want to be a leader. No, maybe he does, and he doesn't even have a path. And he clearly doesn't have Instagram to find some of these bros out there telling you how to, like, be a good husband and a role model. But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
The Gottmans talk about love maps. I like to call them road maps, but like giving somebody a path back. Here is the path. Might be helpful here. You may have done that 50 times already.
Yeah, I've given him a list of things,
Okay.
throughout all of these struggles that we've had, and this is where I feel like we get kind of stuck, is in this, when we got to his parents and things just were getting really toxic with unsolicited parenting advice and just constant, criticism of, oh, you're not working, you need to get a job. Then I got a job. Well, now you shouldn't be working. You should be doing this instead. And just not having the support from him, I ended up having an emotional affair. And when I came clean about it and had ended it, that is now on his side. He's like, well, you're the one who cheated on me and took the kids and left.
Okay. If that's the story he wants to cuddle up with at night so he can sleep, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you sleep with somebody else?
No.
Okay. Did you reach out to somebody else for emotional support?
Yes.
Okay. You've owned it. You put it on the table. And if he is choosing to stay married with you, then he is choosing to go all in, put both feet back in the boat, not to keep one foot and both arms in mommy's house and to hold you hostage. If he feels justified in leaving, then he needs to pack up his big boy suitcase and leave. But holding you hostage is not the way you heal from that. It's the way he holds some illusion of power now that he's never had because he doesn't want to work and he doesn't want to be a present father and he doesn't want to be a household leader, which actually, by the way, means getting underneath the whole thing and lifting it up. It doesn't mean doing whatever you want whenever you want to.
Right.
So I hear both people have made decisions they would take back. One person is saying, I put mine on the table. Here we are. I became somebody I did not want to become. I called it. I ended it. Here we are. And he's like, well, I'm going to go to my mom's house. Which I don't have a lot of disdain for people. I'm just a pretty accepting person. But guys like this get under my skin. Because they've got 2 little kids, and I don't care what you feel like, you have a responsibility and a job. And you said I do, and you're continuing to stay married. And so you have responsibilities to get back in their arena. And he's not. So the deal is, Liz, I can't tell you what to do next. I can just tell you I don't think we're dealing with an addiction issue. I think we're dealing with you don't respect the man that you're married to. And you don't, he's not doing respectable things right now. And here we are. And those 2 kids need their dad. Not the man-child that's living at home, smoking weed, playing video games. But the dad that can't wait to see him when he gets home. Tell me why you're crying.
I feel like I didn't see this person before we got married, and now my kids are suffering the consequences. I'm an adult. I'll be okay. But they're already learning from this behavior.
And in these kind of moments, the only thing we can do is do the next right thing, which I say all the time, but it sounds to me like you're doing that. You had to go get a job, you're doing that. You had to get them a safe place to live, you're doing that. You're showing up and being present for them at school, you're doing that. It's not ideal, it's not the best case scenario, especially with dad just sitting right across the street in his mom's basement smoking weed, but you're making the best, you're doing the next right thing. You leaned up on somebody emotionally that violated your values and his values, and you called it out. I mean, you did that. You're doing the next right thing. And you can grieve what should be, and you can grieve what is, and you get to decide whether you want to stay in this marriage, you want to give him another shot, or leave the marriage. You get to decide what to do there. I'll tell you, the ambiguity is what's going to be hard. Your kids absorbing mom's 1 foot in and 1 foot out and trying to manage this, but also they're going to absorb all of that. And by the way, the narrative he will paint to your kids is your mom's a cheater and your mom left me. That will be the story. And anytime we're in this situation, you're playing a 10 or 15-year game, you want to continue to show up and be a person of high integrity and love and presence. And through years of feeling that, your kids will get that message. It'll be uncomfortable and awkward and hard and full of tears and mad and all that, which nobody wants for the children, but here we are. Yeah, this one gets me, man. Because you just got a guy staying at home with his parents who's not willing to step up to his responsibilities. And I know he's got some demons, he's got some challenges, etc. But I'll just look directly at the camera. Dude, you got a wife at home. Fine, she messed up. She's asked you to come home, and you said, I will come home, but on my terms. You got 2 kids that are just floundering right now. It's on you. Put on your big boy pants. Get out of your mommy's house. Quit smoking weed. Delete your computer screens. Quit looking at pornography. Go see a counselor. Go to a gym. Go get 2 jobs and practice leading. Which I will say one more time is not about my wife and kids do what I say. That is not leadership. Leadership is getting underneath the whole thing and saying, because I'm a sturdy presence in this chaos, I'm free to love y'all recklessly, and y'all are free to live recklessly wild, love-filled lives. So Liz, it's your move, but I'm looking at husband here in this picture, in this camera. Bro, it's your move.